silence thicker than the opaque ice-sculpted door that stands mere inches from us fills the brittle wonder that is the legendary Hanging Temple. As I attempt to make sense of the situation and muster up a cohesive thought, my companion is quick to loudly ponder on his own. "What is it?" Clancy queried, sounding certain not have even the slightest idea. Alas, my knowledge mustn't be as broad as Master Wu claims, as I find myself unable to answer Clancy's simple question. Not because the symbol carved into the looming doors is one unfamiliar to me. I've seen it time and time again plastered on Zane's numerous white geese. I even recognize it from my long-winded session with Wu and my attempts to familiarize myself with the oldest generations of elemental masters. But what is it doing all the way out here? So far up north and so high up the tallest mountain, purposefully hidden in one of Ninjago's most overlooked structures. It almost feels like some cruel joke, coming all this way, chasing a mystical entity with the ability to bend and change the course of the future, and here I finally am pursuing a selfish and foolish desire, faced with nothing but this symbol, and the lack of a single inhabitant within this temple. I'm left to ponder again. Has this ascent been all for nothing? Has this been a fruitless venture? Is the Wishmaster even real? Master Lloyd, is everything alright? Clancy questions. Realizing I hadn't spoken a word in minutes, I do my best to accurately respond to my insecure ally. It's the symbol of an elemental master of ice. Every fighter entrusted to protect and defend Ninjago with the element of ice. Clancy's gaze shifted back to the semi-opaque doors once again, not sure what to take away from my response. Ice is one of the 4 elements of creation, I continue, the very essence inherited by my uncle, gifted to him by the creator of Ninjago himself. My brother, Zane, currently holds the mantle as the Master of Ice, and has done so for some time now. I wish you could see what we're seeing right now. Realizing I've just given Clancy a history lesson once imparted onto me by Wu, my eyes shift focus to a string of unreadable text, one Clancy nor myself can make out in the slightest. "What does it say?" Clancy asks, hoping I'll be able to answer. "I'm not sure," I respond. "I can't say for sure, but it looks like it's written in the Old Tongue, the language in which Master Wu's oldest scrolls are written. I recognize it from my studies, but never took time to practice it. Never thought I'd actually need to, honestly. I've never seen it outside Wu's old scrolls, let alone in a place like this." I start to get the impression that only a Master of Ice carries the ability to open these doors. Seems fitting in a place like the Wailing Alps, actually. An environment surrounded by the cruelest of cold and an endless stream of snowstorms and blizzards. Realizing our attempts to gain access into whatever laid behind these doors would be futile, both Clancy and myself take a step back, both pondering our next move. Clancy was now about to panic, now unsure of his crew's whereabouts. Oh, what do we do now?" he asked with a noticeable tremble in his voice. He was clearly concerned for his crew, especially as this intense cold poses no concern for a cold-blooded creature like him. Despite my own doubts and uncertainty, I attempt to remain calm and collected as possible, opting to analyze the gleaming doors once again, as opposed to just deeming this journey dead in its tracks. A decision that notably paid off, highlighting a distinct crack that had trailed the entirety of the door's height. Going out on a limb, I stepped forward and attempted to push the doors open, yet I'm instantly challenged by the weight of such quantities of solid ice. "Clancy?" I questioned. "Yes, Master Lloyd," he responded, still slightly trembling. "Would you mind giving me a hand with these doors?" I asked, to which he slowly but surely acknowledged and made his way over to the adjacent door. After a nod of approval, we simultaneously pushed both doors with everything we had, and after moments of struggle with a determination like any, the doors finally gave away and slowly swung open, causing a small cloud of snow to scatter across my hair and Clancy's scales. Presented to us now is a large dark tunnel coated in rough, jagged ice. I look over at Clancy, who now has a restored look of hope in his eyes, realizing his crew may still very well be atop this ungenial mountain. "Looks like we still have a way to go. You ready?" I ask, despite already knowing the answer. "As ready as I'll ever be," he responds, more excited and encouraged than ever. I ignite my right fist with green flames while Clancy preps and holds out the heat lamp, Lampy. We give each other a nod and enter the bleak tunnel, only becoming farther engulfed in the darkness as the towering doors slowly close behind us. We slowly but delicately descend deep into the tunnel, covering what feels like miles and miles of ground. Thinking about where we might be headed, I realize we must be venturing into the very structure of the Wailing Alps itself, and that the Hanging Temple only serves as a mere facade to mask whatever may lay within the mountain's depths. As I hone in on my thoughts, Clancy and I are hit with a gleaming ray of bright light, indicating that the tunnel would soon meet its end. We continue to push forward and eventually emerge on the other side of the icy maze, yet nothing could have prepared either of us for what was waiting on the other side. We emerge in a small round room coated entirely in ice. The walls were decorated with towering, prestigious ice sculptures of great warriors, all circling immaculate carvings placed in the center of the room. Each sculpture specifically carved to showcase certain robes and faces, all engraved with the very symbol of ice sculpted into the doors. At the center of the room towered a sculpture of an elder man with long white hair, eyebrows as thick as the ice surrounding us, and a beard groomed specifically for battle. These were the former elemental masters of ice. This place is their sacred temple of ice. Master Wu believes a legendary temple like this exists for each element of creation, located in various parts of the continent, each surrounded by their respective elements. While I'm left speechless and breathless at the sight of these pristine statues, my mind drifts to questioning how Clancy and I are even standing here. How is a temple so sacred as this accessed without the current Master of Ice to do so?
Master Lloyd!
Clancy exclaims.
Come look at this!
I rush to the center of the room and am left to a delicately carved mural. It tells a tale of a sole ice master who ascended to conquer a large dragon, claiming its nest as his new temple in the wake of victory. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this was the first elemental master of ice, who had just unearthed a temple that would be honored for generations to come. This place may not be exactly what I thought I would discover atop this forsaken place, yet I feel quite honored to be in a sacred temple such as this. Maybe this journey hasn't been fruitless after all.